This is a summary of the U.S. stock market on Monday, February 10, 2025. The U.S. stock market closed higher yesterday. There were concerns that the trade war could intensify as President Trump repeatedly said he would impose additional taxes on all steel and aluminum imports. But the market did not seem too conscious of this. Technology stocks led the gains, with the Nasdaq Composite up more than 1%. Nvidia continued its 5-day winning streak and Meta gained for the 16th straight session. U.S. steel and Alcoa rose about 2.2%, with raw material producers also drawing attention to Trump's announcement of his tariff plan. After the market closed, Trump signed an executive order imposing 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum imports, which he said would take effect on March 4. Investments. In addition to global trade issues, the focus is on key inflation data and Powell's testimony to Congress to be released this week. Expected inflation for the next year and 3 years was unchanged by 3% in both January, according to the New York Fed's Consumer Expectations Survey. Inflation data, Powell's unexpected testimony and tariffs will dictate market trends this week, said Chris Larkin of E-Trade.